Yo, what is going on, guys? It's Kyle here from SpeedBets, bringing you guys another video. Today we are going through the best bets, the 5 locks, all that good stuff. Remember, everything in this video is not financial advice. If you don't have the money to gamble, don't gamble. Simple as that. But if you guys are already doing it, you might as well do it right. Follow along with what we're doing. 5 locks have been absolutely hot, but last 2 weeks we had Buckley that sold the 5 out of 5 sweep. The week before that we had Patchy Mix. That brings us to 38-2 in the last 40 locks. Not a bad number by any means. We can do better though. I know we can go 5 for 5, but this card right here, this card is tough. This card right here is one of the hardest cards all year to bet in my opinion. There's a lot of big favorites that shouldn't be big favorites, a lot of guys that have holes in their games. I mean, it's just a whole mess here. If these locks don't sweep, don't sweat it. We will be back with more confidence for the next week. I'm looking at the locks already. I'm loving the spots. But I mean, yeah, even for DFS, this card is tough. But let's get into the locks here. Tagir Ulanbekov. I think Tagir is just way better than Azad on the ground. I think if you're getting taken down by Charles Johnson, you're going to get taken down by Tagir. Tagir's striking is kind of like labored, kind of slow, but he always strikes with intention, meaning he's like going to throw that jab. He's going to throw that straight, but right behind that, it's going to be a takedown attempt. I think he's just going to spam takedowns on Azad and grind him out to a decision. Nazim Sadikov. Now, Nazim Sadikov is pretty well-rounded. He can mix it up with the wrestling. He can mix it up with the striking. His hands are obviously where he likes to do his best work. Moda, Ben Chinny before, a guy who's been knocked out by Jim Miller. I'm not picking you to win a fight. I'm sorry. Trey Ogden also worked him on the ground, went to a no contest. It is what it is. Nazim has way more ways to win. Park and Nardiev. This is supposed to say over 1.5, but I think the over 2.5 stands as well. But the lock, no, the lock is 1.5, okay? Don't just screenshot and dip out. The lock is 1.5. I accidentally typed 2.5. I think 2.5 is still a good bet for the value, but on some books it is sitting at 1.5 for like minus 250, minus 300. I think that's a good bet. Now this fight could finish late. I don't trust Nardiev's cardio. I think Park is going to kind of do what he does, throw the jab, throw the low kick, push him to the cage. And Park has a tendency of going to these split decisions with these guys that have like okay takedown defense. I don't think Nardiev's takedown defense is great, but maybe you can keep Park off him. I think it might go to another split decision, but give me the over 1.5 for the lock. Melissa Mullins. Now, I don't like Melissa Mullins as a lock here. I was looking at the card. There's not a lot else I can do, man. Melissa Mullins, she should win this fight. She has won this fight before. She has wins over every girl on this card. But when you're going into a rematch in a fight where you got a first-round TKO stoppage, regardless, it was an early stoppage, and if you watch that fight, Daria was beating the shit out of her before that, actually bloodied her up a bit on the feet. Melissa Mullins' striking defense is horrible. Daria is good at one thing, and that is boxing combinations. Melissa Mullins doesn't move her head. And Melissa Mullins has a tendency of needing to get the shit kicked out of her in fights before she remembers that she's a grappler. Against Irina, she got dropped bad in the first round, and then she started trying to use the clinch, use the ground. In the Daria fight, she got the absolute shit kicked out of her on the feet. In the Saigula fight, she was getting touched up a little bit, but not as bad. I think Daria is live potentially to really hurt Mullins in that first round, but I think that should kind of trigger the rustler in Mullins. Her takedowns aren't good. She's got to get to the body lock. She can't just shoot in for a double leg. Like that's kind of how she did it in their first fight. She got in on the body lock, and just stuck her leg out and spun. I think she can get it to the ground. Daria's pretty useless on the mat. I don't see a finish here. I think Melissa Mullins by decision is a good bet, like 29-28. But yeah, give me Melissa Mullins for the lock. I think that the grappling should be enough. And then Muhammad Naimov. Now, I don't like Muhammad Naimov as a lock either. But again, there's nothing else. What am I going to do, lock up Oban Elliott? Absolutely not. Like Muhammad Naimov, he should win this fight. Bogdan Grad is a punching bag. He's a punching bag that can grapple occasionally. Muhammad Naimov is going to stuff the takedowns, beat him up on the feet. He could get takedowns of his own. But something about him, man. He's always willing to cheat. One of these times, they're going to catch up to him. They're going to take a point and automatically cash the other guy's plus 3.5 bet. I was thinking about taking Bogdan Grad plus 3.5. It's like plus money. I think that's a good... I don't necessarily see Naimov getting a knockout here, but he could because Bogdan Grad's a punching bag. But I think Naimov just has more ways to win this fight. He could grapple, he could strike, he can do it all. And then again, Naimov, he's a guy who's been known to take the last round off. He's up 2-0. He's happy to coast. Another reason I'm thinking about taking the plus 3.5. So he kind of makes it closer than it has to be. He's not out there chasing a finish. He's playing a safe, reserved game that's going to get him the win. So give me Muhammad Naimov, probably by decision. Underdog pick'em opportunities. These are 3 dogs that I think have a decent chance to win. Remember that we're changed it up a little bit. We're not doing like 1 unit per dog anymore because the dogs have different confidence levels. It wasn't a good way to track them. Give me Rafael Fiziev. I'm a massive, massive Bahamondes fan. But like I said in the breakdown, I wouldn't pay favorite price for either guy in this fight. Right now you can get Rafael Fiziev. I'm looking at plus 130. That's a beautiful price. I have money on Bahamondes at plus 155 from like 2 or 3 weeks ago. That's the price I got. That's the price I'm happy with. I might even buy out and get Fiziev at plus 130, plus 140 if the line keeps moving. I don't think that either guy is worthy of a favorite tag. This is a true pick'em fight. And I think whoever you can get dog money on in this fight is a great bet. We have Rizvan Cooney of Big Riz. Now this guy right here is kind of goofy looking, but Curtis Blades sucks. Curtis Blades has no chin. He's been knocked out in the first round multiple times. Kuniev's got good elbows in close, good knees. He's got good takedown defense, and Blades wants to finally use his wrestling that we hear about every time. But Blades hasn't shot a takedown in like 3 years. I don't think he's going to come back and wrestle now. Give me Kuniev inside the distance. I think he's going to find a way to get Blades out of there, probably by knockout. I don't think Blades ever been subbed. But it wouldn't surprise me if Kuniev kind of camped him in the half guard either, so just give me the Kuniev money line to be safe. And then Seokong Ko. This is basically an Oban Elliott fade. I don't think Oban Elliott's good at all. I think Oban Elliott's had very favorable matchmaking, and he hasn't even looked good in it. I'm not going to forget this guy got dropped by Val Woodburn in the first round. I'm not going to forget this guy was down 2 rounds. 2 rounds to Basil Hafez before finding a knockout. I think there's a good argument for 1-1, but one of the judges had it 2-0 for Basil, so I'm going with that. But I did think it was 1-1. He wasn't looking good in that fight, is basically what I'm trying to say here. I mean, yeah, I think Seokong Ko, he has good striking defense. He kind of stays far back with hands down. He's going to be able to stuff the takedowns because his hands are low. So I think he has a good chance to win this fight. I think Oban Elliott is just super overrated. Definitely not worth the 5-1 price tag. Getting to the DFS slips, you have the better slip on the left. Oban Elliott under 59 strikes. Like I said, Seokong Ko, he keeps his distance. He has very good distance management. He moves his head a lot. Good striking defense, like 60% striking defense. Oban Elliott's not high output as it is. If he gets takedowns, it's even better for us. Then Melissa Mullins over 1.5 takedowns. I think Daria's grappling is garbage. I think Melissa Mullins has to wrestle if she wants to win. So I think 1.5 should be pretty free. Then we have Tagir Ulanbekov higher than 1.5 takedowns. Again, I think Tagir has to wrestle if he wants to win this fight. So 1.5 should be good to go. Bogdangrad lower than 2.5. I trust Naimov's takedown defense. I think Naimov's going to be able to keep this fight standing. He's going to beat him up on the feet. And then Nazim Sadikov lower than 1.5. This one's a little dicey because I have seen Moda get worked on the ground before, like relatively easily. But I think Sadikov's got the goods on the feet. I think he's just going to knock Moda out on the feet in the first or second round. Then on the right side here, we have a free square on Prize Picks. I'm dipping low, man. I had to use a free square as one of the picks because I just don't like any lines this week. Give me Khalil Roundtree and Jamal Hill. Their combined strikes over 115. I think this is good. I think this fight's going long. I could have done the time over. But I mean, Khalil Roundtree's just a sitting heavy bag. Jamal Hill's just going to beat the shit out of him. And we learned in the Waldo Cortez Acosta fight, if Sergey Spivak is holding his guard high and Waldo's just pumping a jab on that guard, like Khalil Roundtree has his high guard, for some reason, every single one of those is a significant strike. So Jamal Hill should be able to rack up the strikes on Khalil. He's just going to stand there and eat punches over and over and over. I think this should be a pretty free over, unless some fluke happens, like Khalil Roundtree magically knee stomps him or something. I don't know. That shit's not going to happen. Khalil Roundtree sucks. This over should be good to go. Let's get into the long shot props. Guys, I'm running these as a round robin with like $2 per slip. Just have fun with it. It is what it is. Hamdi by split decision. Self-explanatory. What side of the world are we on? Are you close to Egypt? Kinda. Close enough. Give me Hamdi by split. Rizvan inside the distance. I already talked to you guys through that one. Alexieva Saigula ends via knockout. Now right here, I didn't even touch on this fight in this video. Saigula has hands, literally zero idea how to grapple. Alexieva has zero idea how to defend punches, but she can kind of grapple. Like Alexieva, she like locks her neck out before she goes out to fight, and she just stands there like this and just eats punches over and over down the pipe the whole fight. Saigula can absolutely knock Alexieva out on the feet. Alexieva can also TKO Saigula on the ground for plus 420. I think there's a decent chance this actually comes through for us. Rafael Fiziev by split decision, plus 850. You guys kind of see the trend we're going with here. think it's a razor close fight, and if you're going to look at one guy to get the nod over the other, I think you have to say Fiziev's going to get the nod. And I mean, Bahamondes, he could do everything right, and he's still going to lose this fight because they're in Azerbaijan. We have Tofik Musayev, split decision, plus 1,200. You guys see exactly what I'm doing. Oralby already missed weight. This fight's going to play out super close. Damage versus control. We don't know. This is a pretty corrupt country. Give me Tofik by split. And make sure you guys join the Discord. Top link in the description. Make sure you drop your comments. Drop a comment. Drop a like. Let me know your locks in the comments. Let me know if you disagree with any of these locks. We have a bunch of PFL bets posted as well. And we'll catch you guys in the next one, man. Peace out.